Hi, I'm Lanny, and this is Preserving Today. Today I want to talk about sausage making. I want to share the basic steps that we take to make fresh pork sausage, the equipment we use and why we've chosen it, and how we preserve that sausage. Hopefully by the end of this video, you'll be excited to try making sausage at home and filling your freezer with nature's most convenient whole food. Okay, maybe berries are nature's most convenient whole food. But anyway, it sounded good when I wrote it down. We love bratwurst, Italian sausage, breakfast links, fresh pork sausage. A lot of times when people hear sausage, they're thinking of smoked sausage, or they're thinking of even spiced ground pork that you could use to make sausage gravy or patties. But when I'm talking about sausage, I mean linked, fresh, raw pork sausage that you would then cook on a grill or on a frying pan or in your oven to make something delicious. The video and pictures you're gonna see in this episode are from 2 different sausage days, which were about 2 years apart. So while you can see my toddler grow into a little boy, my husband is somehow still wearing the same shirt in both videos. The steps in making sausage are simple to understand, but like with anything, there's a lot of nuance that can make sausage into excellent sausage. Skills like these are best learned by doing, so I encourage you to just get inspired and dive in. Also, this is a controversial topic, as is anything online. There are so many different ways to get this job done. What I'm going to share with you is the way my husband has developed to do it over his 20 plus years of sausage making experience, both in a restaurant kitchen, in a commercial kitchen, and our home kitchen. We make all our own fresh pork sausage. We do not buy Italian sausage, breakfast sausage, or bratwurst in the store, and we haven't for the 15 years that I've been together with my husband. Here are the 10 basic steps to making fresh sausage. As always, this is less of a how-to video and more of a how we do video. First, we cut the meat. A good knife is important. We don't want to trim too much fat. Just cut any gross stuff out. Or don't and be like the big producers and just throw all the gross stuff into the sausage. I'm going to link in the video description any of the equipment that we use here. We have these good knives and a couple different lengths, and you just work through. The goal is to cut this meat into a size that's going to fit into our grinder. Number 2, grind the meat. Lem is a good brand. We bought this Lem number 22, a BigBite meat grinder, 1 horsepower stainless steel electric meat grinder machine. It's ideal for heavy use, they say, and which we do. We do typically about 60 pounds of sausage at a time when we make a batch. We've even done up to 90 pounds at a time. That means we want a grinder that works pretty quickly, has a big enough hole for us to fit larger chunks of meat in, and won't get tired after grinding for a long time. Our Lem BigBite number 22 meat grinder at 1 horsepower is about 1 step down from the commercial meat grinder. This is again where controversy starts, as a lot of people think that you should grind once with the large die and then grind it again with the small one. But we find that we like the texture of our sausage better when we just grind it once, and it's coarser than commercially made sausage, and that works for us and how we like it. Number 3, measure your spices. Our spice mix is a secret blend. My husband joined our marriage with his secret recipes for his sausage already. He shared them with me, and we've improved upon them together. I'd say the most important part is to get your salt right. And when I'm measuring spices, I like to actually weigh them. So we have written down how many grams of spice per pound of meat we want, and multiply that by how many pounds of meat we're making at any given batch. It makes the math part of it really easy to scale up or scale down a recipe. It's also worth grinding or crushing your own spices rather than using powdered spice mixes that have been on the grocery store shelf for who knows how long. For this part, I use my spice grinder, which is just a cheap coffee grinder that I got on Amazon. Number 4, add water. This helps hydrate dry spices. And having this mix be wet and fatty enough is really important for how it's going to slide into the casings when you're stuffing your sausage. Again, this is probably controversial, and I don't honestly know how other people do this. It's how my husband does it, and it works well for us. We add water directly to the spices and mix it really well until everything's hydrated and there's no clumps. Number 5, mix spices into the ground meat. Just mix them really well. It's really cold, so it can hurt your hands, so sometimes we double up on gloves. Number 6, get casings ready. We use overseas casings. Hog casings for bratwurst and Italian sausage, and the thinner sheep casings for breakfast links. Overseas casings are available on Amazon, and I'll link to the hog casings and the sheep casings that we use here. If they're salted and have never been wet, rinsing them and soaking them for a while really helps. Number 7, stuff sausage. Our stuffer is an F-Dick 12-pound capacity light duty. It might be hard to find. When we bought this, it was still available on Amazon from a private seller, but Lem makes something comparable, cheaper, and much easier to find. The Lem Products BigBite vertical stainless steel 15-pound capacity sausage stuffer is probably the closest to what we use in our F-Dick. And yes, you heard that right, our sausage stuffer is called a dick. And there is no shortage of bad jokes made in our kitchen when we're making sausage. Number 8, twist the sausage. There's a craft to this. I actually don't know it. This is my husband's deal. I know he twists one in one direction and the next in the opposite direction. Otherwise, the sausage will unroll. Number 9, cut the sausage. We use kitchen scissors or a sharp paring knife. And number 10, preserve the sausage. What do we do next? In our case, I love to use the vacuum sealer to put these in about 1 pound sizes, 4 links or 8 links for the breakfast links, and I vacuum seal these and put them in our freezer. I use a big fat Sharpie to write the date and contents of the sausage. They stack nicely in our freezer, and if you freeze them flat, they're easy to transport. Another good item to always have on hand is bus tubs. We use bus tubs for storing meat, for mixing it. You can also find those on Amazon or a local kitchen supply store. Fresh sausage makes great gifts at Christmas time, a wonderful item to have excess of in your freezer for trading or bartering, and just about the easiest dinner you can make. Running a vacuum sealed pack of this sausage under cold water in my sink for about 5 minutes thaws this enough for me to grill these on the stove. If I don't have a protein for my family planned and I didn't get anything out of the freezer in time, it's always going to be sausage. Breakfast links are always a hit. Italian sausage and peppers or with pasta, and bratwurst on a bun or on a plate next to some mustard and some sauerkraut. Both of which I have videos on. You can watch my mustard video here and how I make sauerkraut here. So this video wasn't to give you all the details of exactly how to do this. What this was is to show you how our family makes sausage in our home kitchen. We make it work for us and our lifestyle. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about our process or our equipment, please leave them in the comments. I'm always happy to help. I'm Lanny, and this was Preserving Today.